Good morning, everybody. If you don't recognize me, I had a shaving accident last night, so I know some of you all have never seen my chin before. You don't have your glasses on. 1/16 and 1/4 look very similar. No joke.
You had your glasses.
No, I didn't have my glasses on. Okay, this morning we're going to do part 3 or 4 of our statement of beliefs we've been doing. We're going to be covering the Abrahamic covenant and the Mosaic covenant this morning, and then we'll do with the last one next week. I want to read concerning what we believe concerning the Abrahamic covenant. And it says this: concerning the Abrahamic covenant, we believe that God chose the descendants of Abraham, Genesis 17, Isaiah 44, 1 through 11, through Isaac and Jacob alone, Romans 9, 7, to be a special people unto himself, Deuteronomy 7, 6, 2 Peter 2, 9 through 10. And that this Abrahamic covenant was unconditional. Later on, God and Israel bound themselves by law in a marriage covenant at Mount Sinai, Exodus 19, and that this covenant was conditional upon Israel's fulfillment of her vow to follow God's laws, statutes, and judgments, Exodus 19:5 and Deuteronomy 28. That's just our basic belief on what the Abrahamic covenant is, because so many other congregations, that most of them don't even know what the Abrahamic covenant is, or they mingle it in with the Mosaic covenant and kind of mush them both together. Now, concerning the Mosaic covenant, we believe that the Mosaic covenant was given to Israel, Deuteronomy 33, 4, that it was given for Israel's good, Deuteronomy 5:33, but that Israel was to be punished if it was disregarded, Deuteronomy 28, and that the law of God eventually was to be administered to the entire world, Isaiah 2:3, Revelation 21:24. We believe that the Mosaic covenant was fulfilled, made complete in Jesus the Christ, and that the rituals and sacrifices are no longer needed in the new covenant age because of this fulfillment. We believe that God's laws, statutes, judgments for us to live by were in existence before Mount Sinai, Genesis 18:20, Genesis 26, 4 through 5. And were added to the Mosaic law, Galatians chapter 3, with Israel, and that those laws, statutes, and judgments still exist today in the New Covenant age, Jeremiah 31:33, and we as Christians are to live by these laws as our standard of living, 1 John 3:4. We believe that after the house of Israel and the house of Judah separated as one nation, that God divorced the house of Israel for her violation of the marriage covenant, 2 Chronicles 7:19 through 22, and Jeremiah 3:8. That the house of Israel was cast out of the old land, 2 Kings 17:23, and became known today as the lost tribes of Israel. Even though they were never lost, but had lost their identity as Israel, and while Israel was in the, quote, wilderness, God would again betroth her to himself again to the prophecies given in Hosea chapter 1 and chapter 2. Then it says here, the next one is concerning the new covenant, which this all goes together, these 3 tenets. Concerning the new covenant, we believe that the new covenant was made with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, Jeremiah 31, 31 through 34, and Hebrews 8, 8 through 12, that Jesus came to confirm that covenant, Malachi 3:1, Romans 15:8, and redeem Israel, Luke 1, 30 through 33, and Luke 24:20. That Jesus Christ's death and resurrection enabled him legally to remarry his former wife, the people of Israel, Deuteronomy 24, 1 through 4, 1 Corinthians 7:39, and Romans 7, 1 through 4. And those 3 tenets there are very foundational, because it's surrounded with concerning our belief in God's law, concerning our belief in who Israel is, concerning our belief in the new covenant, which we live in today. And it's so very important to have a proper understanding of both the Abrahamic covenant, the Mosaic covenant, and also the new covenant, which we're in now, and their relation to one another and what they are. And it's so sad, and we've talked about this on our Thursday Bible study that so often they'll take these three and then mush them together, and they make them none effect. They make them how that they really don't mean anything. But they're so very important to us today and in the future as well. And we'll cover the next couple, and we'll end this short little mini series next week. But